Hello, my name is April and welcome to the Yoga Ranger Studio and welcome to your practice. Today we're working with Yin Yoga for leg day. So if you have had a really good leg workout or you are going to have a really good leg workout coming up, you want to do some stretches to either warm the body up or cool it down. So this can be used both beginning and end, or this can be used just when you need a short practice that focuses entirely on the legs. So we were working with the front, back, quads and hamstrings, a little bit into the hips just because these poses automatically get there, but we're going to work mainly with these areas. And the outside of the IT band, an area that gets really tight and really tense and sore. So you can do this without props, but if you have props, a block and or a blanket or beach towel will be helpful, but you don't have to do them with those. They're just a little bit of help to our practice here. So we're going to start in deer pose. You can take that block off to the side. I like to prop myself up in deer pose, so I get a little pelvic tilt. So I sit on the very edge of a blanket or beach towel. This gives me a little lift. Bring the bottoms of the feet together to start with, and then we're going to take that right leg over to the right. Now you can adjust those knees in closer to the midline or further back, depending on how you're feeling. Sometimes if you're doing this before your leg workout, you might want to come a little closer together. Give yourself that mobility to start with. Sitting up nice and tall. Now if your arms don't reach the floor, you can use that block propped underneath the fingertips. But try to bring yourself as level as you can and relax the muscles. This area tends to tense up a lot. What we want to do is work with the inside of the leg, the outside of the leg, front and back. So everything about the leg. Nice deep breaths, settle into your pose. Breathe into those muscles. Let the muscles relax and soften. As you breathe, extend your exhale, letting everything just kind of soften and release. Just 2 more deep breaths here. This pose really works into the inner part of the leg and that outer IT band just as well. I'm kind of opening that space up. Go ahead and lean a little bit over to the left. Bring your feet back to center. Bottoms of the feet together. Wave your butterfly wings a little bit. I sometimes feel like after leg day or before leg day, I need a little bit of motion in between each one of my poses. We're going to switch sides. So remembering that each side is very different. Mobility changes from side to side. You can shift that leg further back or closer into the midline, so knee can be closer. Sit up nice and tall. You can use that block underneath the hand again here. Breathe and settle. Kind of feel your pelvis ground down into the floor. This is going to help release the muscles that are holding that tension in those legs. Keep checking back in with the muscles and kind of letting them soften and release. They'll try to fire up during this pose. Just one more deep inhale and exhale. Lean a little bit over to your right. Bring that left foot back around, bring the bottoms of the feet together, wave your butterfly wings. We're going to take dragonfly pose. So sit on the very edge of that blanket or on the floor. Lift and tilt your pelvis. You can have a little bend in your knees if your hamstrings are super tight. And even it feels good to feel a little softer here, and start to walk your hands forward. So remember, not going to your maximum depth in this pose. If you feel gravity pulling you a little bit deeper into this pose, notice if that feels okay for you and you can stay here. You may find that gravity will pull you down a little bit further and it feels okay, so just let yourself go there. Breathe into the back of the legs. We're working with the hamstrings all the way down into the calves and ankles. Just a few more deep breaths here. Gently start to press yourself back up. You're going to take your hands behind the knees, pull them together, bring the feet flat, and just rock those knees side to side. Might begin to feel a lot of that deep stretch in there. In our next pose, you might make use of that block. So I'll show you where we're going to go here. We're doing sort of a saddle modified. So if you want to use the block, you can sit on the edge of the block, take your feet on either side of the hips, knees bent. This is where a lot of people feel comfortable staying. If you feel comfortable going deeper, you can take that block out and begin to settle yourself down in between the heels. A little bit more would be to walk your hands back or come down onto elbows or all the way down. Just about one more minute here, feeling yourself settle in. Really great stretch for the top of the feet, the shins, all the way up into the top of the thigh and hip flexors. Start to bring yourself back up, elbows, hands Go ahead and take those feet, swing them all the way around out in front of you. Take a moment here to just wiggle the feet side to side. Circle the ankles if that feels good. And then if you want to use that blanket or beach towel again, we're going to take another forward fold to work with a little different set of the hamstrings. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to, start to slide yourself down into caterpillar pose. If you have that mobility, you can take the knees straight down to the floor, but keep your toes really soft and just allow here. As time goes by, you may find that your legs will naturally stretch. Take your hands on either side, come all the way up nice and slow. Take that blanket off to the side. You're going to come all the way down onto your back. Here, keep your knees bent, feet flat. You just gently windshield wiper them side to side. And then go ahead and take your arms out to the side. We're going to take a twist here. So twisted roots, crossing that right leg over the left, shifting the hips over to the right, dropping those knees over to the left. And you can turn and look over your right shoulder or stay where you're at. Just about one more minute here. If you feel your knees starting to kind of come down to the floor, go ahead and let gravity pull them there. Feeling that deep lengthening in the whole side body down through that right IT band and hip. On your next inhale, turn your head back to center. Go ahead and engage your core and bring those knees back through the middle. Take the feet wide, drop the knees together. You can windshield wiper here again if that feels good to kind of keep that movement here. Then we're going to switch sides. Go ahead and Take that left leg over the right, shift your hips over to the left, drop those knees all the way over to the right. Turn and look over your left shoulder if that feels good, or straight up. Last few deep breaths here. On your inhale, turn your head back to center, engage your core, bring those knees back through the middle. Unwind, take your feet wide, knees together. Here again, you can just windshield wiper real gently side to side. And then coming to center, walk the feet a little bit further away, drop the knees together, hands to your belly or out to the side. Just take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze. Rock a little bit side to side. Nose to your knees to your nose. And then gently roll over to your right side. Very slowly make your way up to a seat of your choice. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up overhead. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Peace and namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope this is really helpful in helping after leg day. I know that after I do leg day, this is pretty much what I do. So this is my practice after leg day. If you enjoyed this practice, please like and comment down below and subscribe if you're not a subscriber for new videos every Thursday. You can also join me at theyogaranger.vhx.tv for more videos like this and lots of extras. Check that out up above and down below. Have a great day.